Alright, welcome back guys. Continuing my discussion on the locking blade Swiss Army knives. In the last video we talked about the Wenger Ranger designs. Victorinox has bought them, bought Wenger since then, and now they don't have this solid plastic handle design, but they have the rubber handle design. Used to be the Wenger Ranger grip, and now it's Victorinox Ranger grip. So we talked about those in the last video. Moving on to the Victorinox, I just have several models here to show you thickness. Zoom a little bit. We have the Work Champ here, the Skipper here, then the Soldier, then the Trekker, then the Adventurer, then the S557, and the S16. So this one is one of my favorite, the Victorinox Work Champ, just because it has a great tool set. You got not only the blade, pliers. I could take that or leave it, but I had to have that because I wanted the number 2 inline Phillips here. Having an inline Phillips is just very handy. Sometimes the screws are recessed and you can't get to them with the tip of a can opener or with a T-handle Phillips. So I had to have that. And the file was also one of my requirements. If this is going to be a work knife, something that I'm going to carry on my belt, file is something I got to have. Saw, I could take it or leave it. If it's going to be an all-around Swiss Army knife, I guess you would want it for when you're hiking or even just taking a walk in the neighborhood and want to trim some tree branches that you see that are hanging over the public sidewalk. And then this is kind of cool too. Scissors, just your basic scissors. It's the same one as you would find on a 91mm Victorinox, but underneath that, an inline number 1 Phillips. Nice. I don't think any other Swiss Army knives have a number 1 Phillips, much less inline. So that was one of the things. So you got 2 inline Phillips, which is a big selling point. Scissors, file, pliers, and then you got your usual bottle opener, screwdriver, can opener, etc. It's worth noting that it doesn't come with the pin here or the hook. I don't know why. I guess the hook's probably not long enough to get to. I don't remember if it came with the eyeglass screwdriver or not. But and then the Victorinox locking mechanism, their original locking mechanism, I really like this. It was a little weird at first how it's a sliding switch on the side, but it really works well. And when you want to close it, you just shift your grip a little bit, get your fingers out of the way, pop it closed. You can even, do that on the back of your pant leg to close it. So two-handed opening, but one-handed closing. So that's nice. Again, it's pretty thick, too thick and too heavy to pocket carry. But if you use a belt hanger, as I mentioned in my previous video, something you slip knot that over your belt and then clip this onto the key ring, and it hangs vertically, sits against your leg like this instead of like that, and then the weight's on your belt and it's not interfering too much. Next we have the Skipper, and I like this. I have to admit I like the blue scales, I like the different artwork, I like the different shield. You can see they're both printed on there in a high quality way, but this one just kind of stands out a little more. This is just plain silver paint, and this is white and red. Same blade locking mechanism. This one's got the serrated blade, serrated towards the tip. This is kind of nice if you use it for eating, because then if you cut against a plate or something there, it's not going to dull between the serrations, and you still have probably about an inch of non-serrated blade there toward the base. So nice. And then just like on the Work Champ, we got the combination of the pliers and the number 1 Phillips. I quite like that. But this one, the main thing is this adds the Marlin spike. And this is kind of a, even if you don't untie a lot of big rope knots, it's good for untying any knot. That tip is pretty fine. And it could be just kind of a general poking, prying tool. You hear it had like a different sound to that closing chink. Kind of like that. And just a corkscrew and an awl. I'll eventually get an eyeglass screwdriver for that. But this is a 4-layer thick one, bordering on pocket carry, but still it's too long, like the other 111mm ones. So You'd probably want some kind of a pocket hanger, either a long lanyard like I have on here that can you know, be easy to pull it out with, or whatever. I think I'll stop there and continue with the next video for the Trekker and the Soldier.